Welcome to the top of the tower. Welcome to London. Welcome to Talking Books. One of my favourites, Liz Nugent, live in studio. I can't believe it. Liz, good to see you as always.
Great to see you.
And the last time we met, it was Reykjavik. I mean, that's the kind of. I mean, who says that? But like, we are allowed to say that.
Yeah.
We had a lovely couple of nights out with the Iceland Noir.
Yes, the festival in Reykjavik. That's in November every year.
November.
It's fantastic.
What a great lineup that was.
That was an incredible lineup.
An interesting city. And we had Patricia Gibney with us there on our panel.
We had Hillary Clinton. We had not on our panel, but...
Well, we were knocking around with her.
Yeah.
And Dan Brown.
Yes.
From Da Vinci Code.
And your favourite Ragnar
Jonasson and Irvin Welsh.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of that. Here we are here to celebrate the release of your paperback version of Strange Sally Diamond, which is a book I've been eulogizing, as you know, about. That's just terrific. But before we get into quickly about what the book is about, I mean, here you are in London, and everywhere you look, you see yourself. So tell us where you're seeing yourself in terms of shops, tubes.
I'm Thriller of the Month in Waterstones. I'm Book of the Moment in W.H. Smith. I'm available in Tesco's, Asda and Sainsbury's, and I think I'm on tube ads.
This is so...
And all over Britain, actually, on mainline railway stations as well.
It's great. And is it this iconic cover you're talking about? The Strange Sally
cover
Diamond?
Is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
Charlotte Daniels designed that. I
credit
just have to give her a shout out because it's so good. It's so brilliant.
This book was in Ireland. How many weeks at number one in Ireland?
No, 9 weeks.
9 weeks at number one. This is what we're talking about here. We're not dealing with muck here, friends. And it also pipped at the post only by...
Booker Prize winner.
By a Booker Prize winner. That's Paul Lynch and Prophet Song, another great book. But there's something in the water in Ireland at the moment, all this great writing. And you have, this is book number, is it 5?
5, yeah.
So will we talk about what it is? You know how obsessed I am about your opening line of this book, but it's the dad, it's the bins, it's the past. So it's yours. The floor is yours.
Okay, I'll just describe it as... Sally Diamond is a very strange woman, and she's been living with her adoptive father, widowed father, for many, many years. And when he dies, she disposes of his body in a rather unorthodox manner, shall we say. She puts him out with the bins. But this brings her to the attention of her community, her neighbours, and then the police, and then the world's media. And through some letters that her father has left for her, she discovers that she was adopted out of a really horrific situation. Really horrific. Her backstory is darker than she ever knew. But she never had any curiosity about her past or anything. She just accepted things the way they were.
Yeah, and so it begins, really, that this dark, deliciously dark adventure.
Yes.
What are people saying to you about this, Liz? I always love to hear what reaction you're getting in terms of is there a common thread as to why this book is because it doesn't resonate necessarily with anyone because it's so awful, but there's something in it that people love.
I think people appreciate that it's not graphically horrific. Like the story, Sally's backstory is horrific, but I don't go into that description. I think people appreciate that because they don't like to be creeped out necessarily by books. Yeah. There are awful things that happen, but they're all off page or off stage. Yeah. You know. So I think the thing I take most comfort from is that people say that it's not like anything else they've read before.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You know, and that's
it's
the biggest compliment I could get.
Yeah.
It's very different.
It sure is. As you say, what's happening off the page reminds me of a good movie, you know, like the Zone of Interest or The Others, where you don't have to see everything to understand that something awful is happening.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what
exactly.
your book is doing.
Yeah.
Okay, and when you come to London to celebrate the book, I mean, are you part of an Irish literary, I wouldn't say revival because it didn't die necessarily, but there's a lot going on. Do you find you're part of an army?
Well, at home, certainly, yes. And we come en masse to the Harrogate Crime Festival every year
Tell
in
me
July.
About that. I need to be at this.
Oh, you have to go.
Yeah.
It's in the middle of July. I think it's the 17th or 18th. I don't know the exact date.
Yeah.
It's a middle weekend in July, and everybody converges in the Old Swan Hotel, which is the hotel where Agatha Christie went went to hide when she went missing.
Of course, even better, yes.
Back in the day.
Because I was thinking it sounded familiar, and it's a great name for a hotel.
Yes,
okay,
exactly.
Great.
So there's a huge crime festival there every July. So that's where you'll find all the Irish crime writers. And in fact, all the crime writers from all over the world come to that one. It's bigger than Reykjavik. It's huge.
Okay.
Like crime writers from everywhere.
The crime genre is so... I mean, it was always popular, wasn't it? I mean, when you think of it from the early 20th century, late 19th century, let's face it.
I have a theory about that.
I'd love to hear it.
Okay, my theory is that the world isn't very fair at the moment. And it seems that there's a lot of injustice going on. And when people read a crime novel, they know that the bad guy is going to get caught in the end, that there is going to be justice.
I love that.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't get that in my books.
Well, that's why get to page.
I don't do happy endings.
It's 355 going. Well, hang on a second. I'm looking for restitution and fairness and everything like that. But no, but that's probably part of the reason why.
I think that's why crime is so popular.
Yeah,
because there's justice.
And I remember
justice is served. Generally.
Justice is served, and people love that. And I remember hearing about like even Agatha Christie books had a spike in sale after the war and during the war, and indeed during the pandemic many years later, because people wanted certainty. You talk about justice, but the beginning, the middle, and the end. They loved that. Well, you offer a beginning, a middle, and a desperate end. Desperate, sad, tragic, sick.
It's not like.
Is your soul as sick as your writing? I mean, how is your soul? Are you
no,
okay?
I'm completely normal and very dull and boring in my home life.
Come on, Liz.
No, I like going to the theatre. I just scored a ticket for Sarah Snook tonight.
Are you going?
Dorian Gray, yes.
I've heard it's tremendous.
I can't wait. Yeah.
So that's Shiv from Succession is playing everything.
I'm playing a one-woman Dorian Gray. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that tonight.
Will you report it on your Instagram page?
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll let everybody know.
Tune in, Liz. It's Liz Nugent Ireland. Is that your
Liz Nugent writer?
Writer. Sorry, don't know what I said. You know what? Just to go back to the book for a second, which I loved so much, was the character of Strange Sally Diamond. Why is she strange?
Well, she's neurodivergent, I suppose, but it makes her extremely honest.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of humour in it, and I want the reader to be laughing with her and not at her, because she's not an object of fun, but she does say, like when she's talking to local children, she's saying, just, God, don't go to school, it's a terrible place, because that was her experience, and she doesn't really understand that, you shouldn't be telling children not to go to school. But also what I loved about her, I wanted to write a character who treats everybody the same. So she has the same attitude towards gay people, black people, old people, young people, upper class people, middle class people. She just treats everybody the same, and
case
it was
by
just
case basis.
It was a joy to write somebody like that.
Yeah, because it was honest.
Yeah,
there's an honesty to that.
She's really honest. Yeah.
In the world of neurology, tell us about your recent, I suppose, extraordinary experience, if I could call it that.
No, I had a little minor brain surgery in December.
Well, I mean, that's an oxymoron. So.
No, it really was minor.
Okay, what was it about?
I thought I was going to go in and I was going to be there for 4 days, and I thought I'd be out of it on oxy for 4 days and I'd have a nice little oxy holiday. Not at all. I came out of surgery and they said, would you like some paracetamol? Because there's no nerve endings in the brain. And it's not actually sore. It's only the site of the wound where they've stitched you up.
Why were you having it?
I was having this because I have a condition called dystonia, which I have had since I fell down the stairs when I was 7 years old. And it affects the right-hand side of my body. So I can't type, for example, with my right hand. And I walk with a limp. But this surgery it's called deep brain stimulation, and it's supposed to correct some of the kind of awkward movements I have on my right hand side. But it takes 6 months to a year to work, and it may not work at all.
Right.
But I just thought I had the opportunity, and my health insurance got behind me and they said they'd fund it.
Wow.
So
is it a throw of the dice? Not to be crude, but is it is there a sense that
no, it's a tried and tested surgery that it's mainly used for patients with early Parkinson's.
I see.
And it stops the tremors in those patients. but it's very expensive.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have been able to do it if I hadn't
Without
health insurance.
Are you sleeping better since you've had it, or?
No, I haven't seen any improvement yet.
Yeah.
But it's early days.
So you're drumming your fingers going.
Yeah. Come on. But my surgeon was really pleased with his work. His handiwork was he got within 0.1 of a millimetre of the target area.
Is that right?
Yeah. He said I was his finest work.
Oh, sounds like a painter walking away going, aha.
I know.
Et voila. What a beautiful compliment to one and all.
Yeah, he's great. Eric Pereira. And my neurologist here is Francesca Morgante.
So.
And they were both wonderful.
Two artists of the brain.
Yes.
Working away.
Yeah.
What do you do typing wise for your stories then? Do you just type one-handed?
Just type one-handed, left-handed, yeah.
How's the speed?
Slow. Well, it's about as slow as I am, which is okay.
Different is no different.
Yeah.
Elaine Bennett has been on to us to say, Liz, new to you this year, thanks to Ryan's recommendations, is it?
Oh, great.
It's okay, 15%. And I'm working my way backwards through your books, love them all, and currently reading Lying in Wait. What's next, Liz? Asks Elaine from near Saffron Walden, Essex. How about that?
Oh, well, I'm working on the new one. It's not going to be out until 2026.
2026?
I know.
Liz.
It's because of this brain surgery, and I had to, take time out last year, and I did so much promotion last year and so much travelling. I was all over the world last year.
I feel so lazy now because I was going, Liz, what's the story? You're so lazy. I just had brain surgery. Okay, sorry.
No, the brain surgery was the minor part of it. It was really all the travelling I did. Will I tell you a Pride Before a Fall story?
Yeah, I have so many to share with you, but keep going.
I was invited to a festival in the Hamptons.
Oh,
which you kind of go, oh my God, this is kind of Sex in the City world. Yeah. So off I went to the Hamptons with all of my best dresses and arrived there. And the second last night, I just didn't feel right. I just didn't feel too good. And 9 hours later, after 9 hours on the bathroom floor, I rang an ambulance came and took me to the hospital. Yeah. And that cost me 10 grand.
What? No.
For 4 hours in the hospital and 2 bags of saline.
$10,000?
Yes.
Because you hadn't travel insurance or health insurance or something?
Exactly. I didn't have travel insurance.
My jaw's on the ground.
I know. 4 hours, $10,000. It came down to, I thought my insurance did cover it, but of course there was a clause that said work related. And I said, well, it's not work related because I'm not being paid to be here, and it's like I don't have to have a work visa to be here. So it's not work related. But they said, well, you were there to promote your book, so it is work related.
Oh God, they had a lousy, a brilliant lawyer for them, but lousy for you.
So
the most expensive free trip you ever took.
Yeah.
For $10,000.
Yeah. So crikey. That's how much it costs you to go to to go to the Hamptons for a book festival.
Crikey!
But I have to say, it was a great festival.
You enjoyed it?
It's happening again this year. Yeah, in April. There's another one you should go to.
Oh, I love that.
It's called the Hamptons Whodunit, and it's in April every year.
April. Yeah, I'd love that very much. Festival. And I will now make sure that my health insurance on travelling is watertight.
Yes.
If I learned nothing else.
Yes.
Liz, Strange Sally Diamond, the paperback is out now. You know how much I love it, and I'm a huge fan of yours, as you know, from day one, and lots of fans of yours listening in today all around the world, loving what you're doing. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
Good luck with everything. Lovely to see you. Thanks for coming to us. Always, always, always. Virgin Radio.